He goes to the club. He shoots the nigga.
Oh, Lord.
Right? Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. I can't make this up. He go to the club. He shoot the nigga. Right? He gets away. But somehow he drops the gun.
Huh?
So now when they do ballistics on the gun, guess who DNA is all over the fucking gun? Mine. What do? They come get me for this shit. So they're asking me, like, yo, we know this is not you because it happened at the club. We watching the cameras. They want me to tell them who that is.
Fam, today we got another crazy story to talk about. Now listen, I was doing
So
some
did he?
research on this Lord Dirk situation. I came across new information submitted by one of the co-defendant's attorneys. And as I started digging deeper, more shocking details started to surface after that recent court date just yesterday. So I realized I'm gonna need a little more time to put all this together the right way. But in the meantime, I ain't wanna leave y'all hanging. I had another story lined up to bring to y'all this morning regardless. And this one that really shows how fast things can turn left, even inside family. Earlier this week, reports surfaced about a man who lost his life at the hands of his own cousin. He was found deceased by his
Oh, snap.
Wow. And the dude we talking about today was a local rapper, a dude with a rough upbringing who spent time incarcerated as a juvenile and even took a charge for his homie years later. We'll hear from him.
Dang, took a charge for his homie.
And let's just say, like my mother told me, money is the root of all evil. That's what we got here today. Two family members losing their lives over money. And at the end of the day, nobody gets nothing. Today we're gonna break it down in chronological order while paying our respects. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Before we talk about what's happening in South Jamaica today, we gotta talk about where the community really comes from. South Jamaica, Queens is one of those places that's built legacies, survivors, and hustlers. A neighborhood that's been through poverty, crime, music, and resilience all at once. Back in the early 1900s, the part of Queens was mostly farmland and open fields. By the 1940s and the 50s, as more black families moved from South looking for better jobs and opportunities, South Jamaica became a strong working class community. Families were tight, neighbors knew each other, and everybody looked out for one another. But as decades went on, that picture started to change. In the 1970s and the 80s, the neighborhood saw the same thing a lot of urban areas did. Drugs and a lot of greed for money. That's when South Jamaica really started to make headlines, not just for violence, but for people who rose up out of it. You had crews like the Supreme Team, led by Kenneth Supreme McGriff, who controlled large parts of the neighborhood's drug trade in the 1980s. The Supreme Team story would later inspire countless rappers, movies, and even major label artists connected to the era.
Due to recent events, the elevation to a place of peace and rest for my brother and friend, Irv Gotti, and the buffoonish display of my son, Kyle Robertson, I am forced to make a public statement in defense of Irv and his family. I do not indulge in idle chit-chat. When I speak, I have something to say. Kyle Robertson does not speak for Irv or Irv's family, nor does he speak for me or my nephew, Gerald Prince Miller. I was disgusted when I heard about the things he said as far as representing Irv's family. I regret having to take these steps, exposing his lies and fraud. But as a man, you call out those who make inappropriate or false statements. No one gets a pass.
If you've been waiting
In
to
his
apply for
eyes.
disability benefits, don't. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a lawyer at
In his
Attica.
eyes.
I would not
I'm
be
definitely
who I am
getting
if I favored
YouTube
him simply
Premium
because
soon,
he's my
bro.
son. He is my
I'm gonna have
son,
to deal with
and I love
these.
him. But I will never condone or associate with his conduct and behavior on the internet. I let him know men don't argue and beef behind a mic on the internet.
Gee.
Real men move in silence. He had a choice, me or the net. He made his choice. And until he forsakes the clown show, which is the internet, I will never speak or associate with him, especially when he makes veiled threats talking about we. Who is we? Prince and myself do not promote threats of violence. We different. We are masters of self-defense. If you ain't talking about positivity or growth and goals, keep your mouth shut. That goes for everybody. Rest in peace, little bro. And mourn in peace, the entire Lorenzo family.
But what made South Jamaica stand out wasn't just the crime. It was the contrast. You had hustlers on one block and homeowners raising families on the next.
Mm.
Churches, barbershops, corner stores, all standing right beside boarded up houses and street memorials. By the 2000s, South Jamaica name already had traveled across the world through music. Artists like 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, and Tony Yayo all came from right there. Their stories weren't fiction. They were born out the same environment. 50 Cent himself survived being shot 9 times just blocks away in 2000. And that moment put Jamaica.
Hey, y'all, they say he wasn't actually, his girlfriend said he wasn't actually shot 9 times. Y'all believe it or not. And if y'all some 50 fans on here, I got some older people that be watching these videos. Majority of older people be watching the videos. Not the young cats actually watch my videos too much, you say. That's from my analytics. But, yeah. Let me know if what y'all think.
He's back
Was
in
he?
the national spotlight.
Where were you shot?
9 times?
In my hands, my legs several times, like 5 times in my hands, and then in my legs, and then in my face. Yeah, so when going through that experience, when you get hurt that bad, either your fear consumes you or you become a bit insensitive. Mm-hmm. So just after...
Which one was it for you?
There was a point that I was afraid.
Afraid?
Yeah, following that, actually being shot, it was like I was afraid because everybody involved in the situation was still physically available to
Shoot
just
you again.
cut apart too.
Yes.
Yeah, to just do it again. And then it was like I got tired of, in the recovery process, I got tired of being afraid. Mm-hmm. And then the only way that I could like to cover those emotions were to be a little more aggressive.
And insensitive.
Yeah, and to be angry about the situation opposed to dealing with how I was actually feeling at that point.
Did you ever find out who did it?
Yeah, I knew who did it shortly after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are now where?
Oh, the guy who actually shot me is dead. And the guy who paid him got life in jail.
But what most people don't see is beneath the music and street story. The community kept evolving. New homeowners moved in, schools were rebuilt, and city programs tried to clean up decades of neglect. Yet, even as the neighborhoods began to change, poverty and gun violence still lingered in the background, especially among the younger generation. Fast forward to 2025, and today's South Jamaica is at a crossroad. On one hand, property value are rising. Homes that sold once for $90K, now pushing over $700,000 on Zillow. You got new families moving in, new developments, and the air train just minutes away, taking folks straight to JFK Airport. One of those individuals who bought a home back then when the property value was considerably low
What is we
was
watching?
in 2006. A young woman identified as Tyra McFarland, who was an assistant deputy warden for the Department of Corrections. She was hired in 1996, and by 2017, she was making over $118,000 as an assistant deputy warden for the city of New York. And that one house she bought on 116th Road, Jamaica, New York, has been listed and sold for $600,000 on the 1st of this month. But with the homeowner no longer living, it's been a big dispute on who the funds actually go to. But that's when two cousins, both cousins who family members said grew up together,
Shit, go to the state, I
come into
guess.
play. One happens to be an aspiring rapper who go by the name of YP the YG. He was 37 years old. Growing up in Jamaica, Queens, he talked about going to jail as a juvenile, being sentenced to 1 to 3. And after coming home, he had to take a charge for his homie, a guy who he thought at first was his friend.
You come from such a good structured home, and what made you want to do crimes and shit like that, get into trouble?
I ain't getting the crimes. I held my nigga down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying my first juvenile case, I did some dumb shit.
Bring it up.
Yo, I'm gonna be so real. I did some dumb shit as a juvenile.
Mhm.
We're gonna talk about this stupid
Okay.
shit. I was in the process of doing one crime and got locked up for a crime I didn't even do. I did a 1 to 3 for a crime I did not do. I kid you not, but I took it because I was scared to go to trial. I was sitting on somebody's step. This is when this was juvenile.
Yeah.
Navigators was lit back then. The shit that you put in the car, them shit was like $100, $200 when they first came out.
The GPS?
The GPS
Okay.
Navigator,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
When
yeah.
they first came out, them shit was like a buck and change, 200.
Yeah.
It was one in the car, so I sat on somebody's step and I'm peeping the car like, yo, I'm about to spark plug the window so I can get the GPS.
Yeah.
So police drive by as I'm sitting on the step. I kid you not, I put this on my mother's soul. This is exactly how this shit went down. Police drove by, they stopped and said, hey, what you doing? I said, nah, I'm just sitting here, man, I need some air. some little bitch came out the crib of the step I was sitting on and said, yo, he's trying to get in my house. I kid you not, I went to jail for burglary, bro. I went to jail for attempted burglary. How the fuck do you attempt to burglarize something, bro?
So that's crazy.
I went to jail. I did a 1 to 3 for attempted burglary because this little bitch kept coming to court, and my lawyer was like, yo, but they got you sitting on her property. They don't got you doing nothing, but I think they're giving you a good deal. Nigga, now that I'm older, I should have went to fucking trial, bro.
I'm gonna take that. Because what was you facing if you blew trial?
5 years. For sitting on somebody's step, bro. I didn't even get the navigation system, nigga. I did a 1 to 3 behind sitting on somebody's step. Wow. Now my second charge, I had to hold a friend down. I'm not gonna get into names, but I will get into details. A nigga I fucked with that I thought was my nigga.
Yeah.
Thought was my good friend. He got into a situation over a female.
Uh-oh.
And the female was like, I was renting a room to her. She was like, she was beefing with him at the time. It was like, if you don't come get this gun out my house, I'm gonna give it to your PO. So he said, yo, YP, do me a favor. I said, what? Yo, go get the gun from this bitch before she call my PO, my nigga. So I take the gun, I wrap the gun up, I put the gun in the attic. This nigga catches into an argument with her other nigga. Because there's not nobody's girl. They're both just dealing with the girl.
Oh, my God.
Co-producer is going to give you unique sounds that actually fits your track in seconds. Let me show you.
He catches to an argument with her other nigga. Come to my house, yo, YP, I need a favor. What? Yo, come bring that downstairs. I come downstairs, I give it to him. He goes to the club. He shoots the nigga.
Oh, Lord.
Right? Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. I can't make this up. He go to the club. He shoot the nigga. Right? He gets away. But somehow he drops the gun.
Now, man.
So now when they do ballistics on the gun, guess who DNA is all over the fucking gun? Mine.
What?
What do? They come get me for this shit. So they're asking me, like, yo, we know this is not you because it happened at the club. We watching the cameras. They want me to tell them who that is. I didn't tell them who it was. They hit me with the charge.
Right.
So I'm going to court. They offering me 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. I said, fuck that. I'm going to trial, nigga. Like, nigga, I'm not doing that again, nigga. I'm going to trial, nigga. The day of trial, they went from 5 years and said, McFarland, we'll offer you 3 years probation. I said, yo, give me time to think about it, right? So I called my shorty and was like, yo, they went from 5 years to probation. She said, that means they don't got nothing. My lawyer's like, go to trial. Let me tell you why I took the probation. I took the probation. I completed the probation, no violations, no nothing, right? I took the probation to do my nigga a favor, even though I'm clearly not his nigga. If I take the charge, they can't spin back and try to charge him. They went from felony possession to misdemeanor possession. Nah, give it to me. As long as it's not a felony,
Oh, yeah.
I'll take it. So you drop the charge, you drop the time, I'll take it. My nigga just came home from jail from getting into some shit.
Yeah.
They would have smoked him. They're getting football numbers. They'd have smoked him.
Oh,
Hands
hell
down.
yeah.
They'd have smoked him. He just did 5 years. They'd have smoked him. Hands down. They'd have smoked him. So I took the charge so they don't smoke him. And I never got a thank you.
Wow.
Damn. Hey, man. He said he never got a thank you. Hey, man, I don't even know what to say about that situation because that's like a wow. Hey, I don't even know how to react to
Bobby
that.
Smurder.
Never
Y'all
got
can-
But I did it because I'm loyal.
Yeah.
He see me say hi and say what's up here and there. But it's
You know
like,
what's something though?
It ain't,
Why a motherfucker that's loyal like that? Why we don't never have another friend that's just like that? I got one, but it's like, bruh, it's crazy because like the good shit that we do for a motherfucker, you don't really never see another person be like, yeah, they got a good homeboy just like that. Like, we both loyal. Now, the ones I do hate is the street niggas that claim loyalty and slum and all this other stuff. When they go do some stuff and everybody telling on each other, that's the stupid stuff. I'm talking about like real loyalty.
Say our
Yeah,
friendship
yeah.
ain't the same, nigga.
That's,
Like we was cool as fuck.
Yeah,
Now it's
yeah.
like, nah, you fucked that up.
Yeah.
I ain't got no hate towards you.
Yeah.
It's just not the same. It's not
Yeah.
the same. Like that mean you showed me the way I fuck with you is not how you
Yeah, that's a
fuck with
fact.
me.
That's a fact.
So it's like before it's love, loss, and beef, I'd rather just leave you alone.
Fast forward Friday night, October 3rd, 2025. Police responded to a bloodshed that occurred just before midnight at the Blue residence that's currently listed for $600,000 is pending the sale. 2 men will be found unresponsive on the first floor with gunshot wounds to the head. It was later determined that the 2 males were cousins. It was later confirmed by the 62-year-old uncle of the shooter that the 2 been arguing over the sale of the home and how much each will receive from it. The blue 2-sided home is now under contract, but double the price it sold for back in 2006. YP to YG, he was just helping, but his older cousin was in charge of selling the home. YP to YG wife realized that he didn't pick up their daughter from school. That's when she started to raise concerns. She decided to wait by the house. She asked the neighbor if they seen him. They just mentioned that the car was parked since noon, but haven't seen him leave since. And that's when she called the uncle, and they went inside the home to check it out. She cut on the light and quickly discovered her boyfriend laying on the floor.
Damn.
The uncle realized that the other cousin might still be inside the home and armed. The 62-year-old grabbed the young woman and pulled her out of the home. He quoted, "Listen, we gotta get out of here because the shooter's probably still in here." So I grabbed her and we ran out. A moment later, the uncle said he heard another gunshot, assuming that's when Antonio took his life. He said when his body fell, it sounded like something was coming towards them. So they ran out, went in their driveway, and called 911. Once police arrived, the uncle and the girlfriend quickly realized that both cousins were in the home, deceased. May they both rest in peace and loving condolences to their families. Family is a harsh reality. One of our biggest assets we can pass on to the next generation is our property. And if not managed properly, we can have situations like this. It's unfortunate that money had to be the root of both of these guys' lives.
Money is the root of all ill, bro. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy, bro? Wait, but hold on, I'm trying to understand. Did Joe just take his own life? Is that what he's saying?
From school. That's when she started to raise concerns. She decided to wait by the house. She asked the neighbor if they seen him. They just mentioned that the car was parked since noon, but haven't seen him leave since. And that's when she called the uncle, and they went inside the home to check it out. She cut on the light and quickly discovered her boyfriend laying on the floor. Then the uncle realized that the other cousin might still be inside the home and armed. The 62-year-old grabbed the young woman and pulled her out of the home. He quoted, "Listen, we gotta get out of here because the shooter's probably still in here." So I grabbed her and we ran out. A moment later, the uncle said he heard another gunshot, assuming that's when Antonio took his life. He said when his body fell, it sounded like something was coming towards them. So they ran out, went in their driveway, and called 911. Once police arrived, the uncle and the girlfriend quickly realized that both cousins were in the home, deceased. May they both rest in peace and loving condolences to their families. Family is a harsh reality. One of our biggest assets we can pass on to the next generation is our property. And if not managed properly, we can have situations like this. It's unfortunate that money had to be the root of both of these guys' lives. What? And my mom said, money can be the root of all evil. Fam, this was the story of a young aspiring rapper from New York who decided to sell a property with his cousin that belonged to his mom. But unfortunately, they couldn't agree on what was owed to each other. Despite that the house was paid off for almost, we're talking about 100% increase from what the house sold for. Y'all let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe today. I'll catch you guys.
That's fucking
Simple.
wild.
Only pay
That is freaking wild. The hell could y'all been beefing over?
a month for
Bro.
my internet.
That's why, yo. That's why this shit don't mean that much to me. I like, look, check it out. That shit I got scammed and this and that, y'all. Like, I don't sit and moan about the money that's lost. Cause like, yo, the world gonna come back around and you're gonna receive that money again. These guys lost out on all that money and the house is worth that much. They can't get to an agreement of. But I hate talking on this type of situations because, like, bro, you don't really ever know what's really. I bet it's a deeper meaning to this story. And then why the mom kill himself? The hell? But yeah, yo, that could have been. Yo, It's mine, and I'm going half with. But why was he going half with his cousin? Was they living there together or something? I don't know, bro. But, bro, y'all help me out.